So the context I've chosen, and I asked AI to develop a nice data set for me, is a bike assembly plant. And there's the picture that Gemini developed for me. And we're just now going to look at what activates Copilot. So if you look at options, you'll see here Copilot. Both of these things are activated, enable Copilot and show Copilot suggestions for formula errors. You can deactivate the second one if it's too annoying. And then also we need to be aware of our account. And it's not under general. We need to get out of here and we need to go to account, file account. There we go. And you will see here that Microsoft 365 Insider program is activated. That means you will get regular updates on the Copilot features. So those things need to be activated. And of course you need a 365 account for that. Right, so let's go to the data set itself. Oh, by the way, yes, the other thing is leave that on. That's critical. You have to leave that on because then it will be interactive. It's obviously proprietary. Microsoft wants you to keep that on. There's the Copilot icon. Let's go and look at the data. It's a little small, I know, but I'm going to zoom in a bit and we're going to look at the data set that has been provided. We have there the date of the sample. I made sure that the date format is correct. The item investigated in the plant, the problem identified. This is clearly a quality investigation. Probable cause, so we're looking here at root cause analysis, we're looking at Pareto, all those project management things that are important. The cost to the company, and then I've got the manager in charge, so there can be culpability obviously. And then the hours it took to replace the item or to fix the item, I probably should have said. All right, first feature, data, clean data. Now look at this. If I float there, you'll see record 7 and 13 go red. You see that? It's not a great contrast, but 7 and 13 go red. That's because there are some spaces after the final word there. I've got a space after block, extra spaces. You see that? So I'm going to apply. Okay. And I should have clicked apply again. Do you want to remove them? Apply. All right. And that would have removed them. They're not going to affect my data. So not having removed them is not going to be a major issue. Good. Next feature. So Copilot is interactive with your sheet and can answer your questions, unless, of course, it's in agent mode, and that will be even more. So I'm going to do the first exercise now, severity rating. I'm adding 2 columns, H1 and I1, and secondly, a positive or negative assessment of such. So remember, this is quality. We're looking at problems, okay? All right, so let's ask Copilot a question. I've already copied that question, so I've got it here. You can sometimes enter a formula Copilot. That doesn't work with me for reasons I have yet to find out or investigate, but I'm just copying that. And I'm going to ask Copilot that question, do a couple of edits in the actual text. So let's go to Copilot, and I'm saying, please analyze the following reviews, and that would be column C2 to C49, problem identified, based on severity rating and or positive negative. So that's what they have to, that's what I want Copilot to render. So H2 to I2, I'm going to just edit there, remove those inverted commas. That would be, I would only need them if I had actually typed in the formula, but I prefer to use the panel on the right hand side. So let's click on that and see what happens. What it's going to do is it's going to analyze, it's going to think through it, review the data. Now it will provide an alternative workbook. If you're in agent mode, it will put it in right here, but my agent mode is not working. So there's the file. I'm going to open the file that it created, and there are the answers. You'll see I'm going to enable editing. I'm going to copy those and put them straight into, look, I could have used this particular sheet, but I'm just going to copy paste the two columns into the original sheet. Look, yeah, I'm starting to edit it, and it's not really, I might edit this part of the video out, but there we go. All right, so copy, and let's go back to the original sheet and paste. There we go. And it has rated that as positive or negative, etc., given it a severity rating. All right. So that's the one thing Copilot can do. It can literally interpret the text. All right, now I'm asking it to, based on the problems identified, could you provide some insights for a report? Remember, this channel is also about technical report writing, so how will we use this data to actually validate or justify some trends? Okay, trends in this company, the problems are, and I've said once again, C2 to C49, those are the problems identified. Now, for things like this, Copilot does take a long time, but in this case, look, it's a lot shorter. Trends and insights, look at that. You could simply copy paste that and then modify it for your report. Look at that. Okay, environmental and usage factors, supplier and process risks, etc. But it not only does that, gives you healthy insights. What it also does is provide or offer to give you an extra sheet with the actual data. In this case, the data rendition is not that good, but I wouldn't worry too much about that. I just want to show that, in fact, it can. I'd like a visual summary, please. All right, in the form of a chart. And it's done a kind of Pareto analysis of the vital few. Okay, and in this case, it might take a bit of time, but let's have a look at the particular problems that are evidenced through an analysis of column C and the trends. And it's busy analyzing. It's going to take a bit of time. Remember, there's a lot of processing going on here, but it's going to take a bit of time doing that. Go add to new sheet. So there's the actual graphic. Okay, not too great, but at least I do have a summary of the major problems. Look at that. Okay, so let's zoom in. All right, the major problems, and microfractures, threads stripped, links rusted, etc. with regard to the bikes. Okay, pretty good. Now, what else are we going to get Copilot to do for us? Oh, I want to add VAT. We forgot to add VAT to the cost to company. I want Copilot to transform that cost to company to VAT, which would be an extra 15%. Can you add a column to the sheet that adds 15% to the cost to company? Good. Now, if you're in agent mode, which is activated by that little icon just below there, it will put it in here, but my agent mode, as I said, is not working. So it's reviewing the data, and it will provide an extra sheet for you. You can just copy paste it straight in, which is exactly what I'm going to do. There we go. So 2,000 goes up to 2,300, etc. There we go with VAT, and I'm opening the file. And once I've opened the file, there we go. I can copy the VAT. There we go. I'm going to put it straight into the original file. There's the extra 15% added. It's a bit of a workaround. It should put the used to be able to put the column straight in there, like there, automatically. But I think only if you're in agent mode, and agent mode is working. So I'm just going to paste it right there. There we go.